Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic day. It is Wednesday, June 5th, 2023. I hope everybody had a fantastic 4th of July. Let me know if you're watching this live or on demand. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you did for your 4th of July. I had a bunch of pool parties. My mom's family, my dad's, all my aunts, cousins, everybody on both sides. We went to 2 different pool parties for that. It was a lot of fun. My kids were tired at the end of the day from pools. So it was a lot of fun. So leave me a comment. Let me know. And if you are finding this on replay and you want to join us to ask me a question, join the conversation, we are live most Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Eastern for about an hour or so right here on YouTube, youtube.com/cordcuttersnews. You can find me right here or hit that subscribe button, turn on those notification bells so you know when we go live. So it's great to see everybody here. Thank you so much. Sean, Bill, James, Chris, Captain, Fandom Nerd, Kazi. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I apologize if I am not. It's good to see everybody here. Let me know, how was your 4th of July? Leave me a comment. Let me know. But let's dive into it with one of the biggest stories happening in the world of TV and probably going to be in the world of TV for a while. DirecTV took off Nexstar-owned local stations, including Nexstar-owned local CBSs across the country on Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. Sunday night, they just went dark. Both sides have been fighting over a contract, and actually, it's been a very ugly deal for some time. For example, DirecTV has sued Nexstar, alleging illegal collaboration and more with that. So DirecTV has said, hey, look, during the earnings call, Nexstar talked about how they plan to use blackouts to drive up their revenue. Nexstar says, hey, AT&T, the big parent company, and even though DirecTV was spun off to an independent company, AT&T makes way more money than Nexstar does. So obviously Nexstar AT&T can afford to pay Nexstar a little bit more money. So this is going to be very, very ugly. And don't expect this to be over anytime soon. Could it be over tomorrow? Sure. Tonight, maybe. I expect it to drag on for a little bit before that happens. So we'll keep a close eye on this, but I do think that this is going to drag on at least for the foreseeable future. Is that weeks? Is that months? I don't know. But this is an ugly fight that both sides are being very publicly ugly with. That usually means it's going to drag out for a while. All right. Hi, Luke. We are very new to cord cutting. What's the best way, or is it even possible to get live sports channels and CNN? You're probably going to want to look at a service like YouTube TV, Hulu Live TV, Sling TV, Fubo, or DirecTV Stream. Those are all great live TV services. The benefit to them versus cable is they don't have a lot of the fees. They also don't have device rentals. They don't have long-term contracts. And they offer free trials. I would highly recommend you give it a try, test out their services there, and more. But there's a lot of them that you can test out with it. And that's a great thing about cord cutting. If make sure to cancel before the free trial is over, but you can test them before you pay for them. All right. Luke, glad you're feeling better. My question is, what if Warner Brothers just sold their interest in this? All right. So of 2 things real quick. You say if Warner Brothers sold their interest in the CW to Nexstar, that has happened. Nexstar is now the majority owner of the CW. Could they start a new version of WBTV network? They could. I don't think they would. What I think is going to happen, well, for one, we do know they're going to launch WBTV as a free ad-supported streaming service at some time in the future. But I don't think launching new cable networks is on Warner Brothers Discovery's mind. But Nexstar is now the majority owner. CBS and Warner Bros. Discovery still owns a small part of the CW. And I think next year they have the option to purchase all of it away from them, but we'll see what happens with it. But could they launch another network? Sure. Will they? Probably not. But they have announced plans to launch WBTV as a free ad-supported streaming service. All right. Is there a way to get the Turner Classic Movies channel without cable? Yes, there is. You can subscribe to multiple free or paid, I should say, services like YouTube TV. I don't know which ones have off the top of my head. Let me comment which ones. But there's a lot of live TV streaming services like YouTube TV, Hulu with Live, Fubo, Sling TV, and more that include Turner Classic Movies. Somebody leave me a comment. Which ones of those, off the top of my head, I don't remember which ones with are involved with that, leave me a comment. Let me know if you know off the top of your head. All right, so a little clarification. If Warner Bros. Discovery sold the last little bit, and that means a little bit of ownership of the CW, could they? Yeah, I don't think there's anything stopping them from doing it right now, but I don't anticipate them to do that. I don't see them doing that. I think it's unlikely to get another traditional cable network. Like I said, they do intend to launch WBTV as a free streaming service out there with ads, much like YouTube TV, the Roku, much like the Roku channel and more. I'm reading and talking doesn't always work out well. YouTube TV, this is why it screwed me up here. I was reading this. YouTube TV has Turner Classic Movies. So if you're looking for that, there's one option. There are others. Take a look at all of them. Again, free trials are included. Test them out. Luke, how is T-Mobile Home Internet working for you? It will be 2 years this December. So we did get a review unit. I posted a full review a few weeks ago. I'm very happy with it. I got it for like another month and then we're going to return it. But yeah, it's been averaging about 200 down in speed. And I'm very happy with the quality of it. It did stream YouTube TV and other streaming services without issues. So if you are considering it, very much like it. Now, the one drawback is Hulu Live TV. At least according to their official documents, does not work on T-Mobile because of the home IP address requirements. They constantly change it. So keep that in mind. All right, Ricky, give us a little Turner Classic Movie breakdown. Sling TV has it, but in an add-on. Hulu with Live TV and YouTube TV has it. Fubo does not have it, though. All right, there you go. If you're looking for Turner Classic Movies, check it out. Any thoughts on Samsung TV Plus? It's a free streaming service. Try it out. There's nothing you can go wrong with it. Never heard you talk about. We definitely don't talk about as much. It's on a limited number of devices, and they don't always send us press releases when they add everything. But we try our best when we see news about it to cover it. If you search our website, you will find quite a few posts about Samsung TV Plus. Yes, in multiple markets, the Long Crime Network has been rolling out here. I haven't gotten a full list. I have to look into that a little bit more. All right, Russ says, when is AT&T Internet Air launching nationally? So AT&T Internet Air is their 5G home internet service. It is their ability for you to go and be able to get home internet from the air, like T-Mobile home internet or Verizon 5G home internet. Now, currently, AT&T is only offering that in markets where they do not offer fiber. So in their DSL markets, for example, you can go and subscribe to this. But at this time, they don't seem to have any plans to launch it nationally. They intend to, for now, focus on it as a replacement for DSLs. They're trying to get rid of their traditional copper lines. This could be a way to offer high-speed internet faster than DSL without needing to go and get put a bunch of fiber down in unprofitable areas in their mind. So keep that in mind. But could it come nationally? Sure. But for now, they seem to be focusing on their 5G home internet service from AT&T called AT&T Internet Air, only in markets that don't have fiber from AT&T right now. What are my thoughts on Philo as a cord cutting option? I think it's Philo is a great option. Again, though, if it has the channels you want, it focuses on the non-sports, non-news content. So you can see a lot of things in there from like AMC, A&E, etc., without needing to subscribe to a huge, massive package. So if you're not a sports fan, let's be honest, news, there's a lot of free news options. I mean, Core Cars News, right? A lot of free options for news. And if you don't care about sports channels like ESPN, for $25, Philo gives you a ton of channels. I would highly recommend it. So check that out. In Knoxville, Tennessee, Comcast is charging $30 for rebroadcast fees. What? Hey, do me a favor. Do you have a copy of Bill? Do you have a link to that? Could you leave me a link here or email us info@cordcuttersnews.com, info@cordcuttersnews.com. Send me an email. I want to see that. Let me make a note here real quick that I need to look into that because $30 just for your locals, that is a crazy high fee. $30 locals, Comcast. I will look into that first thing after this meeting. But if you have a copy of the bill or a link that shows that, do me a favor, send us an email, info@cordcuttersnews.com. Send it in as a tip. I would really appreciate it. I think this is incorrect. T-Mobile does not have data caps. They only have one tier. There are not multiple tiers with T-Mobile home internet. Are you confusing their fiber option, I believe? The T-Mobile 5G home internet is data cap free, from as best as I know, and from what I see on their website. So I wonder if you're confusing that with something because there's only one plan. There's no multiple plans for T-Mobile home internet. Do I think CNN will be sold off? So there have been reports that CNN may be getting offers. We'll see. But for now, I think it's unlikely for one reason. Next year is a presidential election cycle. And those are some of the most profitable periods for news networks. So Warner Brothers Discovery is probably looking at it saying, well, I guess they could say, hey, if we sell now, we could sell high because of the upcoming presidential one. But they also may be saying, hey, I think we want to give this more time to try to make it profitable, to take advantage of the high ad revenue we get during a presidential election cycle. You have not only the official candidates, but all those action packs and, all those lovely election ads that we all love and enjoy. But do I think CNN could be sold off? Sure. Warner Bros. Discovery has shown no love lost towards anything when it comes down to selling things. If they think it's time to sell, they're going to sell something. But I think it's a little unlikely right now that they will sell. Do I see for Dish and DirecTV merging? It's very possible that Dish and DirecTV could merge. I see a lot of happening in the world of TV that makes it interesting there. Now, there's a few catches. Both sides here have reasons not to sell. DirecTV's parent company, AT&T CFO, said basically, hey, we're making good money on this. Whatever we do here would need to be worth more than what we're getting. And Dish needs cash. I think both sides would struggle with the idea of spinning off this, merging these two satellite services. And then you got questions about what to do with Sling and what to do with DirecTV Stream. We'll have to play that by ear. I think for now, it's likely, but probably not anytime soon. Probably not this year, for example. Have I heard of the Law & Crime Network? Yes, it's a great network out there. Check it out. I think they even have they put a lot on YouTube. I think they even have a subscription service through YouTube. Do I think Comcast is going to invest more in streaming? Yes, I think streaming has finally become a big thing for them. Of course, they have Peacock. They have the new Now TV service, which is actually not a bad deal if you have Comcast Internet because you get Peacock bundled in that and like 40 channels for $20. It's not a bad bundle with it. If it offers channels you're interested, we'll see. When will Max add TNT Sports? Who knows? Good question. They have talked about more sports and more news coming. There's even been reports that CNN News may be added to Max, especially internationally, but maybe also in the US, depending on a lot with that. We'll see how that works. But those are all reported rumors and those kind of things. I think Fubo will be the perfect streaming service app if they add Turner channels. With those, they will have pretty much everything. Is there anything chair of those adding? They've always said the same thing. Hey, we would love to add them if we can get a good price. The problem being, if they add them, probably means another price hike. They're already a little bit higher than a lot of their competitors. And so that probably makes them a little unwilling to go spend money to go add them. Always remember, the more channels you have, the higher the cost of the service is going to be because they have to pay each channel. We'll see. Do I know when Pluto TV is getting a new interface? They said sometime late this month, maybe rolling out, but then they said that during a conference back in June. But then the PR team was like, well, that may have been overstated. They didn't deny it's happening, but they downplayed it. Things change. But yeah, this year I would expect to see product improvements on Pluto TV. What exactly that means, I don't know. We'll have to keep a close eye on it. But Pluto TV last month did say that they are working on a refreshed user interface, and that would start rolling out. But take that all with a grain of salt. All right. I'm worrying about Disney Plus shuttering Hulu and making it part of Disney Plus. I have a Disney Plus account and my family has Hulu. I can watch WWE and other stuff. Will Disney Plus make it so you don't need a Hulu account? Well, we do know Hulu and Disney Plus apps are going to merge, but for now, they'll remain separate independent services for the foreseeable future. A lot of that has to do with the fact that Comcast still owns a part of Hulu. And if they merge them, then Comcast may have a say in what happens on Disney Plus. I'm sure Disney doesn't want that. But I do, I would not be surprised at all to see them roll out this in the future that maybe, hey, once Comcast is no longer a partial owner of Hulu, why have Hulu? Because a lot of the content's already on Disney Plus. Maybe Hulu just becomes a live TV service and then Disney Plus becomes the on-demand location. I don't know. We're doing a lot of speculation on that. We'll see. Is the next gen TV coming to Pennsylvania in those markets? Very possible. I don't have a timeline. If we find out a timeline, I'll make sure to post it. But right now, I don't. Hey, a lot of people have been asking questions. If I missed your question, do me a favor, re-ask your question, and I'll do my best to answer them as much as I can. Is next gen TV coming to Chicago? I think it's already in Chicago in some stations, but depends if you live in the area we can pick it up. What's my favorite thing to watch on Disney Plus? Well, right now, because I have an almost 2-year-old who's obsessed with Mickey Shorts and Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, well, it's probably that. If you look at our view time on Disney Plus, it's probably Mickey Shorts and Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. So for now, as a parent, if you're a parent, you know what I'm talking about. That's what it's my most watched. All right, Luke, we always read about shows being removed from popular streaming services like Max. Do you think this is to shop them out and make deals like they have with Netflix or plans something like Pluto TV? It could be. So a few things you have to remember is when a show or something is on a service like Max and Paramount Plus, they have to pay royalties and more to the people who made it, to the people who are in it, all kinds of stuff under the new contracts. By removing them, they remove a lot of the content out there, or remove the need to pay the royalties. And if they feel that the show isn't making enough to justify the royalties, they're going to remove it. I think we got a little spoiled with the idea that content on these services was added and never removed. Think about Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, those kind of services regularly every month adds content and removes content. And I think that's what we're going to get to now with these other services. Lon TV is a petition site to stop DRM on ATSC 3.0. Can you share link to his site? Now, that's been on our Facebook group and many places. Many people have already shared it. But yeah, I would love to see DRM stopped, especially for now, because they really, and I've said this before, I really think they jumped the gun. They should have waited for DRM to come out until the devices were on the market that supported it. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. All right. My favorite thing to watch on Hulu is Wonder Years, the original or the new. Now, I have a thing about the new. I love the new. It's a nice show. But I think they should have said it in the 90s, because then people like me would have remembered growing up in that time frame. I'm in my 40s now. The 90s is when I, teen years and all that fun stuff. So, when the original Wonder Years came out, it was my parents watched it as it was their childhood because it was set in their childhood. I think the show could have been a lot bigger if they set it in the here and now, so that, excuse me, in the 90s, so that people like my age in the 50s, 40s, and 30s would remember it nostalgically, because it's like, hey, they're wearing clothes I wore. They're acting like I acted. I always thought that that's how the show should have been done. But, no one called me. They should. Hollywood, Disney, all these people call me. I'll tell you how to do everything. I'm kidding. Dean, sorry I'm a little late. Had a job interview. I hope you get that job interview, Dean. Let us know how it goes, but good luck with that job interview. Thanks for joining us. And don't worry, you can always watch it on replay. All right. Favorite thing to watch with my kid? Well, for the 2-year-old, almost 2-year-old, it's definitely Mickey Mouse. He loves all things Mickey, and I'm just enjoying it, embracing it. It's kind of fun. Actually, those Mickey Mouse shorts, those new ones, are kind of fun. Okay, the art style is a little different than what I grew up with, but it's those classic short Disney stories that I grew up with, right? The old Mickey shorts, it does a really good job, and they do a really good job of making them entertaining for kids, but dropping little hints in there for the parents that they know are watching. Really fun. Highly recommend them. Check it out. Do I think Comcast will eventually get rid of day caps? Probably not if they don't have to, because they're very profitable. For example, you can rent their certain modem and get rid of day caps or pay a fee. Day caps are a lot about profit with it, so we'll keep an eye on that. But always remember, the FCC is looking into this, so hopefully there'll be something that maybe come down, put some new rules about data caps. Yeah, so Universal, a bunch of content was added to Amazon's Freevee service. If you haven't tried out Freevee, Pluto TV, Sling TV Free Stream, the Roku channel, Tubi, Crackle, so many places. There's so much good content out there. Highly recommend you check that out. Lots and lots of content for you to take advantage of. Yes, the Air TV 2 at this moment does not support 3.0. Maybe it could. We'll see what they do, or if they do release a version of the Air TV that does support 3.0. But for now, you have quite a few years to go before 3.0 becomes a thing. We'll see how it replaces entirely with the 1.0 standard. All right. Leave me a comment. If you have asked a question and I have not answered it, leave me a comment. Let me know. But non-core cutting question today. What was on your dinner plate for the 4th of July? We had hamburgers and hot dogs and brats and chips and all kinds of goodies that all my cousins and aunts and uncles and everybody brought. It was a lot of food. What was on yours? I had a cheeseburger. It was a pretty good cheeseburger. But leave me a comment. Let me know what was on your dinner plate yesterday for the 4th of July. If it wasn't something special, what do you like on your 4th of July plate? Leave me a comment and let me know. I'll love to hear from you. Linda says, I don't know what DRM. DRM is a digital rights management system. It's basically encryption, and cable boxes have it. Everything has it, but they have chips in there that decode the image as long as you're paying for it. If you stop paying for cable, it gets turned off, is an example of it. But DRM is just digital rights management. It's just encrypting it. So you need a device that's compatible with it instead to use it. All right, seeing a lot of people saying barbecue, cheeseburgers, hot dogs are pretty popular. Fried chicken, there's another good one. Sweet potato and corn is another one popped up. So check that out. Robert, you are right. Paramount Plus is going up to $11.99 and adding Showtime. It's not just on iTunes, but it's no matter where you subscribe, through Amazon or directly through Paramount Plus, Roku channel, wherever. Paramount Plus is going up $1 for the ad-supported version, $2 for the ad-free version, but you're getting Paramount, or not just Paramount Plus content, but Showtime content with that. Will Bally Sports come back to YouTube TV? Completely possible, but don't expect it. I think what a lot of TV networks are saying, hey, if Bally Sports in most markets is offering a subscription streaming service, why do you want to force all of our customers to pay for it, have to raise our price with that? When if the people who really want it can go subscribe to the Bally Sports streaming service through their app. I think that makes Bally Sports in a little bit of a weaker position and makes it less likely to come to services like YouTube TV, who had it but dropped it. We'll see. Have I watched The Silo? I have not watched the Apple TV Plus show Silo, but I have gone and subscribed or read the books. All 3 books, very good. I know the ending. They're sticking fairly close from what I've seen in YouTube recaps and more online where people talk about some minor alterations. But I have been keeping a very close eye on the show, and I probably will be subscribing to Apple TV Plus. I actually have a free trial I need to take advantage of, but I probably will be doing it to watch it. But anybody here watch Silo? No spoilers. I will say I've read the books. I've read the ending. It was really good. Bit dark. Book 2 is a bit depressing, but very good. Book 2, I will say this. Book 2 tells you how the silos were created, tells you what happened. but it leaves a lot like it tells you information, but you constantly are thinking, is this true? Am what I'm hearing is true? And more. I'll say that. But Siloed, the book, 10 out of 10, highly recommended. Even though it's a little dark in the middle, it's good. Happy 40th birthday. Congratulations. Welcome to the soon to be 40th club. All right. My favorite thing to watch on Preview, the TV show, Step by Step, great comedy. You know, that was one of my least back in the day. I enjoy it a little bit more now that I'm an adult. Luke, after years of being restricted to no internet in rural areas, my in-laws just got fiber. Welcome. And kick DirecTV to the curb, have YouTube TV, and they are tickled pink. Well, that's great. You know, also, I've heard a lot of good things from people with Starlink and using YouTube TV. So, but if they have fiber, that's a great option too. What's my favorite 80s movie to watch on Tubi? That's a good question. I don't know all the Tubi movies off the top of my head. I have enjoyed watching the Bob Barker era on Price is Right on the different streaming services because most of them are from the 80s. And so it's definitely those like reliving my childhood where, you know, you're homesick or it's summer break and you're watching a show, Price is Right. You know, I always loved it because we could watch on Lifetime, especially in the early 90s, supermarket sweeps and then flip over to the Price is Right. Anybody do that on a day home sick from school? Anybody remember those days? Does Nexstar blackout of DirecTV affect CW viewers? Makes me wonder if they're able to watch the CW app will hurt Netflix in this situation, or Nexstar in this situation. So in Nexstar owned markets where the CW is owned by Nexstar and aired on a Nexstar owned station, yes. In stations where the CW is not owned on a Nexstar station, no, it's not affected. Only Nexstar owns stations. Now, Nexstar owns a majority of the CW, but they've licensed it to other companies with that. So for now, the answer is not for everybody. But if you live in a market where Nexstar owns it, check it out. I believe Stars is going up, I should say, to $9.99 a month with that. So keep that in mind. With the recent Pluto TV update on my streaming device, hey, Chris, what streaming device? Let me know. A page appears waiting for you to sign in or create a free account. You've been able to do that for a while. I believe, at least in the past, you were always able to skip it. Are you no longer to? But leave me a comment. Let me know what device got a new update, and I'll look into it. I'll try to see if I can replicate that. But let me know, Chris. Apple TV, so Pluto TV on Apple TV. I'll look into that. Thanks for letting me know, and I'll see what I can find. Yeah, the CW app is one of the great hidden gems of free streaming apps. They put a lot of content on there for free. So check that out. A lot of content with the CW. Yeah, so Comcast is now requiring Xfinity customers to pay. There are supposed to be two loopholes here. If you're a rewards customer, have a diamond or platinum level or higher, you can get free Peacock. Or if you have a gigabit internet service, you're supposed to get free Peacock. Problem being, some customers reported that it's currently not being offered to them through the reward center. Hopefully soon that'll be fixed, but we'll keep a close eye on it. The T-Mobile Tuesday app is offering Stars for $1.99 a month for the next 4 months. Pretty good deal if you're a T-Mobile customer. Check out the app. All right. Has any customers had Xfinity Internet go out for minutes while the modem reboots itself? You know, not with Comcast, but back when I lived in Texas and had Spectrum, we had that happen for a while where the modem would just keep going out and out. Sometimes I had to unplug it, plug it back in. Called Spectrum and then had them come out and replace it. So if you're having this problem, I would recommend calling Comcast Xfinity and having them replace the modem because it sounds like your modem may have gone bad. Power surge, just something wrong with it. Could happen. What's my favorite premium subscription service? Honestly, probably the one I've been rotating in most is Paramount Plus for all the Star Trek content. Really enjoyed the final season of Picard. Looking forward to the new season of Lower Decks. I have not started to watch the new Strange New Worlds, but I'll have to say that's probably the one I would recommend or been using the most in my rotational period. Subscribe to it, watch the new show, unsubscribe to it kind of situation. Thank you so much, Justin. Look for more. We're going to continue to do more reviews of different streaming services. We're going to continue to offer a lot of different ways to watch content out there and give you recommendations on it. All right. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you asked a question. I didn't answer it. As I'm answering one, often questions fly by. I miss them. Let me know. Thank you so much for the $4 super chat star there. I really appreciate it. Every dollar helps us keep operating, keep going. I really do appreciate your support with that. And thanks everybody for understanding that last week I had a family event and was gone. I really do appreciate it. But we're going to do our best to try to be here as often as possible, as many weeks as possible. And, maybe come this fall, once the summer busy season's done, I may have some people come and help fill in here when I'm not around. So we'll see all who's interested in doing that on the team. But we have a few people who have expressed some interest in maybe filling in Q&As. We'll see. All right. The Xfinity Reward Center for Peacock is confusing. I requested the reward, but it took a couple of hours to get an activation email. So it does appear to be in there now. So if you go into the Xfinity Rewards area, you can now request a free Peacock membership if you qualify. You need to qualify. For example, you need to be able to have either a diamond or platinum rewards level or a gigabit internet service to qualify. So keep that in mind. Yeah, the nice thing of Sling TV and many services, YouTube TV and more, is you can add in things like MGM Plus, Stars, and more. That way you're watching it all inside the same user interface. All right, Pluto TV still free? Yes, Pluto TV is still 100% free. You can create an account, and that allows you to have things like favorites and all your devices synced across all of them. But yeah, definitely check that out. Are you going to be on the new Instagram app Threads? Yeah, we saw that launch. Actually, it launched exactly when I hit go live here. We talked about over at corecarsnews.com. We posted a story earlier that was going to happen today. But I will definitely be looking into it. Probably will go live on it. We obviously want to be everywhere where people are. And yeah, so we'll definitely check it out and probably be on Threads, but probably not tonight. I'll probably deal with that tomorrow. Probably get Becca to set that up when we get time. But yeah, check it out. Honestly, we're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. Follow us in all those places. Lots of content we post out there. John says he's watched Silo and loved it. Wait until you read the books, and then you're going to be really thrown. I would say the TV show, from what I've seen and talked to friends who've seen it, it's about 80 to 90% of what the book is. Obviously, TV has to do it a little bit different, minor differences with it. Just wait until you get into the... I'm interested to see what they're going to do with what is typically the second book called Shift. It'd be interesting to see how they do that, because I don't want to spoil anything. It's a detour, but it's a detour that tells the story of how the silos were created, the backstory, who built them, why they were built, and more. Ooh, here's a good question. Favorite? I'm a PlayStation Nintendo person. I have an Xbox, but I was Nintendo, Sega Genesis, PlayStation, and then just went PlayStation. Of course, I have a Nintendo Switch, which my almost 11-year-old daughter has completely stolen away. And I know she renamed my profile to her name. Not happy with that, girl. But so I basically lost the Nintendo Switch, but I still play the PlayStation. I don't really have as much time to game as I used to. Now that I bought back Core Cars News, I'm suddenly here a lot. But I do really enjoy it. I do love gaming. I do PC gaming a lot more too with that. So leave me a comment. Let me know. And I will, if you have a question. All right. Leave me a comment. I got to do one quick thing to respond to a email. Always fun to have a little bit of work thing I have to deal with real quick. Just real minor. Get those questions in, and I will do my best to answer them all here in a minute. All right, come on. This is the fun part. All right. All right. Sorry about that. We are just finished changing that. Okay, now let's get back to the questions. Had to change one thing with that. So yes, over the weekend or over the holiday period, I should say, it was reported that Walmart is building, and it's cleared the FCC, a HD only Google TV stick. Now they recently released a 4K dongle, which is a little bit bigger than a stick, but still kind of hides behind your TV of a Google TV. It looks like that, but in a 3.0 standard. So we'll see what happens. Dean says, are they trying to put DRM on over their TV so they can charge? They say they are not looking to do that. That's what they say. You would have to create an account, but honestly, don't worry about it. If you want to create an account with Pluto TV and sign into Pluto TV, then you can do things like create favorites. Honestly, my kids are not watching much WB content. So I guess my kids just kind of skip the whole Pokemon thing. But maybe my youngest, he'll get into that. We'll see. How likely is a Warner Bros. Discovery will split apart? Not very likely right now. Though I wouldn't be surprised if they sell chunks of it. But I mean, they just merged. They spent a lot of money, a lot of time to merge. And they just launched Max. I don't anticipate them going to split anytime soon. Could they? Sure. I've had weirder things happen. But for now, I think they're putting a lot of effort into that to make it work, to build a company with these two here. Yes. Will they sell off some stuff? Will they get rid of what they don't want? Yeah. But I don't believe they intend to jettison the company back into two parts. I don't believe that right now. Yeah, gotta love it. Over weekends and stuff, I often record from home, and so happened my wife was using the Echoes to make an announcement to tell my daughter to come upstairs, and I broadcast there. So that's what happens when you record everything in one shot in real time. Things like that can happen. DRM would definitely prevent companies like Locast, or theoretically prevent them from rebroadcasting the content. But already it's been proven that they shouldn't be doing that. So we'll see. People who will deliberately illegally do it, we'll see how long it takes that to be correct. We'll see. Are they going to make a Warner Brothers app for movie lovers and TV show lovers? Well, they do. It's called Max. So Max is owned by Warner Brothers Discovery, has a bunch of Warner Brothers content, Discovery content all in one spot. They're also building an ad-free supported streaming service called WBTV. When that launches, I don't know. They've been very coy, maybe that's the word I'm looking for, on when they will launch it. We'll see. But at some point in the future, it won't surprise me if that service launches, this year, next year, probably next year at the earliest, and more. Is Doctor Who on your local PBS? Probably is, but I don't know my local PBS schedule off the top of my head. All right, I got about 10 minutes left. So 10 minutes left. Leave me a comment, re-ask any questions I missed, and I'll do my best to answer them. Like this one. Is Discovery Plus still a standalone service? Yes. And while 80% of the content from Discovery Plus is on Max, there are still some content that's exclusive to Discovery Plus. But they have said that some original Discovery Plus content is now being made available on Max. And I'm not sure if it's also going to come to Discovery Plus. But my recommendation is take a look at Max. I think they say most of the content people watching Discovery Plus is on Max. So we'll see. Yes, Warner Brothers Discovery did strike deals not only with Pluto TV, but with Freevee and with Tubi and the Roku channel to have this content there. So check that out. Link in the there. They have a ton of it. Now, they still reportedly intend to launch a free ad-supported service of their own, but in the meantime, they seem to be partnering with other services, put some of their content out there. I'm likely thinking so that they hopefully can attract content out there for other people. So we'll see how that all works out. Will Turner Networks leave cable TV and go corporate? Well, you can already subscribe to it like through the Roku channel or Roku channel. I'm sorry, through YouTube TV. This is what happens when it's a very long day on Wednesdays for me because of the Q&A. But yes, you can always subscribe to it through the Roku channel, Sling TV. I did it again. YouTube TV, Sling TV, and more. This is why I need to wrap this up here in about 10 minutes. Will they offer it direct to consumers? Maybe through Max, maybe in the future. But for now, that we'll wait and see what happens. What's my favorite live TV streaming service? It's really whatever one that has the channels you want. I have a lot of them, and I'm very happy with them. I don't think you're going to go wrong. The great thing is a lot of them come with free trials. Try them out. Get the one that's right for you. Well, I am going to wrap it up. I don't see any more questions here that I haven't answered. I hope everybody had a great long holiday weekend. If you didn't, I hope you're going to have a relaxing holiday or weekend this upcoming weekend, or that you can enjoy the summer. Thanks everybody for your understanding of us not being here last week. I will see you all again next week right here. Until then, take care, be safe, have a fantastic day. Take care, everybody. I really appreciate your support. Thanks, everybody, and have a good night. Oh, real quick, thank you so much for that $5 super chat that just saw come in. I really do appreciate that. That is a really nice gesture and it really does help us. So until next time, take care, be safe. Thanks for your support. I appreciate it. And